Alright guys, the last deck I'm going to play is white and black, and a lot of times people like to call white and black decks life and death. Why they say that is because white often has healing abilities, it has lifelink abilities, while black often has things that kill creatures. So when you have black and white, it's often called life and death. I'm going to have a specific quote in this video that I want to have people think about as I'm going through the video, and toss in the comments below what you think about it. So, to talk about this deck a little bit, it looks like most of it is vampire related. We have white vampires, we have black vampires. They have a lot of vampire related things, white vampire creatures. So overall, it's a lot about vampires. And you get things like this, that's white and black. Other vampires get +1/+1. So this deck has a theme, and it is vampires. So let's get going. So let's click play, let's change it to Legion of Dusk, and let's go. One thing to know, so the quote that I want people to think about for a second is based off of a Neil deGrasse Tyson interview where he asks someone, if you could live forever, would you? It's a really interesting video because it makes you think. Because most people would answer that question and be like, yeah, if I could live forever, I totally would, right? But the problem is that, in all honesty, and what he says in the video is he says, but death is what motivates you to live. And I always find that that's the most powerful way to say that. And it sounds so weird. Do I really want to get this guy out first? Is this worth it? I feel like that's worth it. But at the same time, I mean, at the same time, it might not be. It might be better to just get the mana out first. Let me get this out first because it's only my only white mana, and it comes out tapped. And 1 damage isn't, or 2 damage isn't going to bother me. Anyways, so he says, death is what motivates us to live. And what he means by that is if you don't think you're going to die tomorrow or in the next 10 years, why would you go to school right now when you could always go to school in 25 years, right? Why would you ever go to school? If you could write a book, why would you write a book now when you could write a book in 25 years? And so in that sense, I do agree with him that yes, I do think that death is a motivation to live. And I think it's pretty cool. If we never had to worry about death, I mean, it's just crazy. So I mean, I'd love to hear all of your guys' opinions on immortality, and I know this is kind of a deep topic for a Magic the Gathering thing, and I'm not reading anything that's happening, so I sure hope I'm not making any mistakes. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting, figured I'd bring it up in a video just because I could. Let me see if I can read this, see what he does. Target opponent reveals his hand, you choose non-creature, non-land, exile it for a little bit. I'm not going to block. I don't want to lose my life linker this early. Okay. Flying. Target attacking vampire gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. That seems pretty solid. Whenever he attacks, lose life, cast out. You can exile non-land permanent. Let me get some land out first and then see what I want to do. I think I want to just get out a bunch of creatures, honestly. Let me attack first. Let's go. So this dude's already exhausted, so I can't use this, right? And I don't have the mana to use that. So I'm just going to attack first. Combat, attack, all attack, attackers. Yeah. Damage. And then I'm going to just play these. That gives me either blockers or whatever I want to do. Might just block with that into that. Gets rid of his 1/1. Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. Saves me some life. Keeps me going with the life link a little bit longer. Like, I think immortality would be cool. Like, I always tell myself, like, if I was immortal, I'd learn every language. Because I think it would just be neat to know every language and you live forever, so that knowledge sticks with you forever. But at the same time, I know that learning a language is not permanent knowledge. Like, I've worked on learning languages before, and I pretty much just lose them if I don't use them. So really, there's no point in learning every language if you're immortal, versus if you're just now. Like, if I want to learn a bunch of languages, I might as well just do it now. There's no benefit in me doing it later. So, I don't know. Like, investments would be pretty powerful unless you still had to eat and everything, and then it would be the same as getting an investment now. Because if you invested while you were immortal, you're still waiting a boatload of time, and if everyone was immortal, then everyone would be doing investments. So, I don't know. It's just something to think about. I thought it was kind of interesting. Sorcery, might as well cast it now. Get some more lifelink going. What does this guy do? He has a tap effect. What is his tap effect? His tap effect is sacrifice to deal 1 damage to any target, and he has haste, and he can do that on the enemy's turn, which means that he's probably going to burn something. I don't want to all attack. I want to simply attack with that. Gain some life. I'm still in a really... I'm in a pretty safe spot. I'm going to end my turn. I'd like some land, though. Like plains would be pretty nice right now. It's interesting because it's like, I liked Magic the Gathering more than Hearthstone. But what I find is I didn't feel like I was drawing as many like dead cards in Hearthstone. Like, you draw land when you don't need land. I feel like it's really wasted. I'm just gonna block. Like, here's the thing about this, right? I can kill his creature, and then he can't use the thing on whatever he wants to use it on. And then I'll just keep that because I want to keep my... Because effectively, he's gonna kill a 1/1 anyways, right? Like, he'll just burn it. And I don't want him to kill it 2/1 with that ability, so I might as well just kill it now. Alright, what is this? Enchant creature, it gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, I create a vampire with lifelink. Well, this already has lifelink, this already has lifelink. This is the only thing that doesn't have it, and it's flying. So I do think it might be best to give it to this. And then I can attack out with everything. And I would gain a lot of life back. And I just won the game. Well, that was a short one. Maybe I'll play one more with the same deck just because... okay, got a reward. Ooh, I got a mythic rare. Other pirates you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, gain control of target non-land permanent controlled by a player who is dealt combat damage by 3 or more pirates. So, what you do is you hit them with a whole bunch of pirates, and then you steal one of their creatures for the rest of the game. I mean, unless they could do something else to grab it back. But... as cool as that sounds, and as good as this card sounds, that's 3 different colors for a forecast creature. So it's a bit rough. But I don't know, I think it's cool. So yeah, I'll do one more as the black and white deck. And this is probably going to be the last video I do. I was going to do 10 videos, 1 of each deck, but I've been getting a lot of phone calls today, so I probably won't be doing that. And there's not much left in the closed beta. So, I don't know, I might do a couple more videos or I might not. We'll see. The beginning of games in this beta seems like it takes a long time. It always shows them their hand first and then it waits and then shows me my hand. It's really odd. Yeah, I think that's solid. What about the creatures that I have? Has flying as long as you have City's Blessing. I don't know what City's Blessing is. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get City's Blessing. Oh, and lands permanent? Okay, cool. Why not? Creature, when it enters the battlefield, if you control a desert, or if there's a desert card in your graveyard, you gain 3 life. Yeah, I'll keep this. Why not? I only have 1 creature, but maybe I can dish out some damage before he gets a creature out. I don't know. End turn. Alright. No, I don't want to check that. So if you hold that button, you cycle through the turn faster, I think. And if you don't hold the button, it'll ask you if you want to do anything about stuff. Okay. When this dies, create a colorless token. Okay, so I don't want to attack because I don't want to lose mine. Is there anything I can do? No. So I want to be getting out this because it enters the battlefield tapped. And then no attackers. And what does this do? As this enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Vampires, of course. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, draw a card. So this is good. It takes a mid-range deck And it gives it kind of an end game, because you can cast this, and then every time you cast one, oh, and it's gone, by the way. That was, that was something. Can I do anything now? I have this enchanted creature. You gain 3 life. Oh, okay, no. But enchanted creature can't attack or block. Is it worth it to do that? I don't think so, right? I would wait for a bigger creature, something that I'm actually more worried about. So I'm just going to get out another one of those. I'm just going to end turn. I'm getting a little bit mana screwed. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, in Hearthstone, you always draw something. Even if it's a bad card, like it's an early game card that you got in end game, I feel like it's not as bad as just getting a land when you don't need a land. So I don't think it's too much RNG, because you should always be having the right cards in your hand and utilize what you have in your deck. But it's still just something that kind of bothered me a little bit. He still doesn't have very big creatures. I feel like I shouldn't be using this on like a not that strong creature, but at the same time, I'm going to have something big the next 2 turns. So I might as well just use my mana here. What's the scariest thing that he has? What does this do? Why can't I see this? Okay. If you control it, you may pay this. If you do, create 2. Oh, that's really strong. Oh, what about this? When it dies. See, I don't like any of this. And it's an enter the battlefield. I don't really want to use this on anyone. I really don't. So I'm just gonna end turn. Which one of these should I cast next turn? Let's see. We've got, when this enters battlefield, you draw X, you lose X, where X is the number of vampires you control. Is this a vampire? So I will draw 2 cards, lose X life. Sorry, draw 2 cards, and lose 2 life. That's good. And then at the beginning of combat, you may have a vampire get +2/+0 until the end of turn. I need some like lifelink or something, because I'm gonna get stomped pretty fast. Or when this enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. I don't really like that's not strong enough. I need to draw. Let me draw some cards and take some damage. 2 cards. Yeah. I don't want to attack, because he's just going to block with that, and then he's going to get something from it. So let's go no attackers. There's some lifelink. That's what we're going to want. And then I could give one of those +2/+2 on the next turn. I have no desert cards, right? Oh wait, maybe I do. That's land, that's land. I don't have any desert cards. Sure, why not? There's nothing I can do about that. Interesting. That's a desert. So I can gain 2 life now. I could turn off one of his creatures, gain 2 life. I just don't feel like it's still not really worth it to turn off any of his creatures, because it doesn't stop abilities. It just stops. Oh, it does stop abilities. Oh, I should have used that on that creature that last turn. I was an idiot. Okay. I still want to do that, I think. Let me get out a Dune. I need 6 mana for this, right? Because I want to cast that, and I also want to cast that. So I have to get out of Plains. And I'm going to turn off this creature. I believe that's the one that's... Nope, this is the one that's summoning them. Okay, and then I want to get out the tokens. Now I've got some lifelink, and I don't want to attack. Wait, this is flying, right? Yeah, because I've got City's Blessing now, so I can attack with that, and it's flying. Cool. Alright, he's not attacking anymore because I've got a large defense going. I do want to get some dunes out. And I want to give some damage to something. But if I give damage, I'm just gaining life, right? I'm not getting anything else from that. Maybe I should just get some more tokens. Am I overextending if I get too many tokens? I feel like I'm not overextending with just tokens. But he might have some AoEs, so we'll see. And I might as well do that too. This is definitely extending. If he has a board wipe, I definitely am in trouble. Choose opponent. That guy? I don't know. That's weird. I don't... You know what? I do want to attack with this, and that's it. Oh, wait. No, he can kill it with... Wait. If he kills this, I get this card back, though. I don't really care about flying, right? I want to get my card back. That means that I start drawing cards and all of my creatures get buffed. I definitely want to be doing this. Yeah, he's not going to block. Alright. He's getting some scrying going. This is pretty good for me right now. So, what I can do here is I can pop this, which gives all of my creatures +1/+1. And does it give him... It doesn't give him lifelink, does it? That would be kind of broken. No, just +1/+1. Okay, so I would have... I'd have a lot of damage. Is it enough damage? I feel like if you combine that... You may have target vampire get +2/+0 at the end of... Until the end of turn. I mean, that's kind of cool too, but I feel like I should just go nuts, right? Like, this is exciting. I'm not going to do the math. I just want to see what this does, right? So I need to pay to... Let's go... Let's try to do a little bit even. Boom. And let's just go all attack. Let's go nuts, guys. Let's see what happens. Watch, he has, like, fog. That would be so funny. Oh, he doesn't have any mana, though. He's getting rid of my lifelinkers first, which is good. Nice. I think that's a pretty favorable trade for me, right? Like, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, awesome. So, guys, that is Magic the Gathering Arena. If you like this, again, I don't know if this is my last video. I'll figure it out later. I just want enough to where I got a pack. That's pretty cool. I have to go open the packs elsewhere. So that's... Yeah, but so far so good. If you guys like these videos, just let me know. I'll keep doing them.